where Nashville's ultra-wealthy choose to live, and they're not always obvious. Nashville is a little bit of a sleeper city, and what I mean by that is you could be standing next to a mega millionaire at the grocery store and never even know it. I have a friend who looked out her window one day and saw Steven Tyler walking his dog down the street right in front of her house. Turns out he lived in a mansion in her neighborhood, but there's an unspoken etiquette among Nashvillians that we just don't publicize or make a spectacle about where celebrities live. We don't approach them for pictures, and we offer them privacy in neighborhoods. Business executives, professional athletes, they're among the wealthy here in Nashville as well. And there are certain pockets where you can buy a home in the $3 million range or higher, some homes in the 20 millions, and they're largely hidden or overlooked. You can drive past a stone wall, a row of trees, and have absolutely no idea that on the other side is a $5 million plus estate, or a celebrity's horse farm, or a brand new ultra luxury build that never even hits the open market. That world absolutely exists here in Middle Tennessee, and today we're not talking about Broadway, we're not talking about downtown condos, we're talking about the hidden enclaves of wealth in Davidson County and Williamson County, Tennessee, where the ultra affluent actually live, work, play, and quietly go about their day and their business and their lives. If we haven't met yet, I'm Erika Kurre, a local realtor here in the Nashville area and Williamson County area, and I help families relocate, right size, and invest in some of the most desirable neighborhoods in Middle Tennessee. If you're thinking about a move here, make sure you hit subscribe and stick around to the end. I'll tell you how to reach me directly so we can find your perfect fit. All right, now let's pull back the curtain on Nashville's ultra wealthy neighborhoods. Are you ready for this? First off, Belle Meade. Now this is Nashville's crown jewel. This is the one that gets a lot of attention. We are going to just say this is as close as you get to old money Nashville. Belle Meade is its own small city inside of Nashville, Davidson County. It's got its own police force, mature trees, streets that feel more like a private park than a neighborhood. You'll see historic estates set way back from the road, long drives, and homes that can easily run into the multi-million-dollar range. Now, what really defines Belle Meade is historic estates and generational wealth. Many of these homes are not just big, they're storied. They're classic Southern charmer, architectural columns. You've got stone, slate roofs. Grounds have been manicured for decades. Al Gore is known to live here, as well as other Tennessee politicians. This area has also been home to country crooners and their families for generations, which is why it's known as old money. Generations later, people who live in these homes are still getting what's called mailbox money. This is basically they live off of royalty checks from their parents, grandparents, great-grandparents who maybe had hits back in the old Opry days. So this is an amazing location. As you can tell, a lot of entertainment and cultural history here, but also it's close to Percy Warner and Edwin Warner parks. You've got thousands of acres of trails and green space practically in your backyard. If you like horses, hiking, or just quiet shaded drives, this is your spot. And speaking of location, this area is a hop, skip, and a jump to the local hospital district, literally just 10 minutes to Midtown, which has a few large hospitals, all the doctor's appointments, specialists, everything there. So it is just right inside the 440 loop and outside the downtown loop of Nashville. And so this location is ideal for anyone who needs to commute often to hospitals or any of our corporate offices in or near downtown Nashville. But then you also feel like you're coming home to an oasis, an escape outside to the downtown hustle and bustle without having to drive very far for it all. So definitely a winner there when it comes to location and being able to get away. Now, when it comes to leisure, country club and social life are where it's at. While I won't name names, let's just say the country club scene here is as much about relationships and reputation as it is about your bank account. Though money is very important, getting in often does take writing a big check. The initiation dues into the closest country clubs are about $100,000 with minimums and monthly dues as well. Price-wise for homes, you're talking about they can push into, well, like into the $3 million to $10 million range for homes in Belle Meade. So larger homes, larger lots, renovated homes. One of the homes in this area recently sold in the $50 million range and was owned for decades by one of the wealthiest families in Tennessee. And so again, going back to the old money, you have grand homes carrying these large prices, and these homes are an experience and often have their own names as well. The culture in this Belle Meade pocket of Nashville is to name your home, and a lot of the people in this area refer to their friends and neighbors' homes by their names, which, by the way, hardly ever resemble the family's name who owns it. So just another little tidbit there. Now, as you can guess, Belle Meade is about prestige, privacy, and that if you know kind of lifestyle. You're only minutes from Green Hills, downtown Nashville, and top private schools. Vanderbilt is just a stone's throw up the road. But when you drive to those tree-lined streets, it just feels like its own world outside of all of that. Now, speaking of outside of all that, let's go to our second location, which is outside of the crown jewel of Nashville. You have the academic prestige meets luxury area. This is Forest Hills, Oak Hill, and Green Hills. Now this pocket, together they create this really interesting mix of luxury and academic energy. You're close to Lipscomb, Belmont, and Vanderbilt, which means university professors and medical professionals live here. You've got music executives. Belmont has a huge music school. Curb Music, developed by Mike Curb, has had such a huge influence, not just in Belmont University, but in the Belmont area as well, just in general, generally speaking. And so a lot of music executives, entertainment industry executives, a lot of folks in that particular business are all sort of gravitated around that area. You have business owners, entrepreneurs, all living on the same winding, hilly streets. And here's what stands out in these particular areas. You have architecture variety. You'll see everything from 1960s and 70s ranches that have been completely reimagined to sleek, modern new builds with walls of glass to classic brick traditionals on big, deep lots. You have quiet, tucked away streets. So many of these roads curve and climb through the hills, so you get that feeling of being surrounded by trees while you're still 10 to 15 minutes from downtown Nashville. You have access to shopping and dining. Green Hills Mall has a lot of high-end stores like Chanel, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana. There's an RH Cafe. You've got boutique shopping, high-end dining. This is also the main hub where those living in Belle Meade would shop as well, since Belle Meade is really just right next door to Green Hills. So you've got that quick access to Green Hills Mall. You get the more cosmopolitan side of Nashville without having to live in the city core. So in terms of pricing, though, it's not uncommon to see homes well into the $1.5 to $4 million range here in this Green Hills, Forest Hills hub. You have some estates with new construction pushing higher prices. A lot of the best properties here never really make a big splash on the open market, though. They trade through strong agent connections, networks, quiet conversations. So it's really important that you have an agent who knows the market, has a great network with marketing, and can get you basically in. If you love the idea of luxury homes, tree-covered streets, and being close to the universities and hospitals, This is your zone though, so pay attention to that. Walkability to everything is huge. I have a lot of people who reach out to me wanting walkability, and especially sometimes in these high-end luxury price ranges. And so you will get a combination of that in this Green Hills area. Now, more than a walk, let's drive down south into Williamson County and talk about Brentwood, which in a lot of ways is our version of that executive and athlete paradise. Now, Brentwood is where you find Fortune 500 executives, high earning professionals, and entrepreneurs who just have found a way to make it happen for them, and they want the best of all worlds. These are people who want space. They want amazing schools. They want easy access to both Nashville and Cool Springs. And we have that all here in Williamson County. You will find some of the best schools in the nation as reported every year by U.S. News and World Report. And because of I-65 bordering the city of Brentwood, you have a direct pipeline into downtown Nashville. So here's what defines luxury Brentwood. And it really starts and maybe even ends with gated golf communities like the Governor's Club. Governor's Club is just an example. We have so many of these type of communities, but the Governor's Club is basically what started it all. They were the original golf course community that made you think of just executive private retreat. And here you have golf course views. You have custom homes that can easily hit $2 million to $5 million and beyond. Mike Fisher and Carrie Underwood have lived here in the Governor's Club. You have anyone though, from professional athletes to entertainers and even orthodontists who I know who have lived here. But the Governor's Club is not the only or even the best option nowadays. Luxury new construction homes are popping up neighborhoods in Brentwood like Witherspoon, which is only a few years old. Raintree Forests, higher end sections, they're building their reserve section right now. Annadale, there's another neighborhood that starts at $5 million called Anna, and those are like 8,000 square foot homes off of Franklin Pike. So you're going to get a lot of 5,000 to 8,000 square foot homes that also offer outdoor living, pools, 3 to 4 car garages, top tier schools like Brentwood High School and Ravenwood High School, and highly rated middle and elementary schools. They are just a massive draw for families in this area. Families actually come here specifically for those Williamson County schools. And so you have a lot of people who are like-minded gathering down here. My children are part of Williamson County schools, and I can vouch for what an amazing experience they have had in the public schools here with so many opportunities. But it's important to also note there are more than a dozen private school options as well, with most of them, though not all, being faith-based. So if that's more of what you have in mind for your family and your children, you've got options, and that's always a good thing. Lifestyle-wise, Brentwood gives you quick access to I-65. Commuting to downtown Nashville is really, really easy, a direct shot. Close proximity to Cool Springs malls. You've got shopping, restaurants, just basically any sort of practical need that you want or need in life, you've got in Cool Springs. At the Cool Springs Galleria, you won't have as many designer stores as you'll find in Green Hills Mall, but you do have all the stores for practical everyday use and then some fun places to throw in for the experience, like the American Girl store. You've got Pottery Barn, Cheesecake Factory. This mall is thriving and is always busy. Generally speaking, too, most things in Williamson County have more of a peg for families. But for designer stores, you're only about 20 minutes to Green Hills Mall. So you have, again, options. In Brentwood, you also have a ton of parks, a lot of trails, sports complexes. So if you're picturing a large executive style home, maybe on a ½ acre to an acre with a 3-car garage, a pool, a media room, home office, and you want strong schools, but then also community for adults with activities, fitness, and teams to join, Brentwood is going to be very high on your priority list. And the next thing that might be on your priority list is right next door to Brentwood, which is Franklin and Leapers Fork. So these areas are where you're going to find luxury land, storybook charm. This is just a little further south where luxury meets acreage and a little bit of that storybook Tennessee charm, as I mentioned. Franklin, though, is on its own. It's incredibly popular. It is the Williamson County seat with a charming downtown. And I know I say charming a lot, but that's just the word that most people use and associate with Franklin and Leapers Fork and just these areas outside of here. You have festivals with music. You've got all sorts of entertainment, dining, shopping. You're so close to Cool Springs Galleria again. And there are pockets of Franklin and Leapers Fork that are just ultra affluent neighborhoods and estates that most people never see. So think about places like Laurelbrook. You've got a gated community that has custom homes. It's built into the rolling hills. These homes regularly run into the multi-million-dollar ranges. You've got equestrian properties and estates on the edges of Franklin. They may not necessarily be in a neighborhood, but you do also have neighborhoods with equestrian amenities built into them. You can find 5, 10, 20 plus acres with barns, guest houses, views that just are so expansive and feel like your own personal retreat. You've got smaller luxury enclaves where homes don't turn over very often. And when they do, they may sell quickly or quietly. So what makes this area special is just lifestyle over flash. You might be standing in a driveway that belongs to a CEO, a songwriter, or someone in the music industry, and you'd never know. People here tend to value privacy and space more than showing off. And honestly, I found that so many of the high achievers and high earners among us here just want to have a normal life. And they want to provide this for their children as well. I live in the heart of all these areas around here, and I can attest to this being a really easy place to make that happen. You don't feel like you're living in a bubble like you may in other cities with these ultra wealthy pockets. So I really do appreciate that about this area, and you might as well. What we love is how walkable the historic district is in downtown Franklin. You can have a home with land and still be a quick drive into downtown for coffee shops, boutiques, and live music. And this is a great place to bring out-of-town company when they come to visit you. This is kind of one of my hacks. We just go to downtown Franklin, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump down the road. And what you'll notice here is a mix of old and new. You've got historic farmhouses, fully renovated country estates, brand new luxury construction. They all exist within a few miles of each other. And it's not weird. It all seems to flow really well. I think it's largely due to a lot of the historic homes being maintained, loved on over the generations, and updated and renovated in a way that makes them practical for today, but also keeps their historic charm and integrity. That is a huge key that you will find. It's a recurring theme around here. So if your dream is a luxury home where you can see stars at night, maybe keep horses, or have a private pool with nothing but hills and trees behind you, then the Franklin Leapers Fork area is probably where that fantasy becomes reality for you. We do have, though, the new ultra luxury frontier. Now, these are master planned and golf communities. We're finding this all across Williamson County, high-end master plan communities that blend resort-style amenities with brand new custom homes. Think of places like West Haven. I know we've mentioned this. I can link a video to West Haven to this video for you. This is one of those master plan communities that really gets the most attention around here. But another one is the Grove in College Grove. This one is a private gated golf community with a championship golf course, dining, spa, pools, and custom homes on just generous, huge lots. Troubadour Golf and Field Club, also in College Grove. This is another ultra exclusive golf and lifestyle community with homes that can run into the multi-million-dollar range, attracting executives, entrepreneurs, and sometimes recognizable names from sports and entertainment. I know Jason Aldean and his wife Brittany, they live down around that area. They're members of Troubadour, and That is one of those golf clubs also that when you're living in the neighborhood, you have to pay a fee of your home price toward the country club, toward the HOA, just to buy your house, and you have to be a member there of that country club. It's very high end, very high dollar, but very worth it for the people who seek that out. You've got higher end neighborhoods and new construction in Brentwood and Franklin, where builders are pushing the ceiling on design, technology, and amenities. And these communities offer resort style amenities. Think clubhouses that feel like boutique hotels, pools, tennis or pickleball courts, fitness centers, kids areas, miles of trails. You've got smart home features and modern design, new builds with integrated technology, huge kitchens designed for real cooking and entertaining and outdoor living spaces that blur the line between inside and out, which is really popular. And one of these communities I'm talking about here is Rosebrook. This is one of our newest communities. It's still being built. Hundreds of homes will be here, and they've only got about 40 built to this point. So I have actually a video that I can link to this. This is Rosebrook's Parade of Homes. It's a Parade of Homes community here in Brentwood that just offers privacy, the neighborhood feel, but all these upgrades and amenities that I was just talking about. It is not gated. It is part of the Ravenwood School Zone, though, in Brentwood, which gives it its own sort of exclusivity, with the home prices beginning in the $3 million mark, and they're going up as high as $8 million in this neighborhood as well. But for the gated communities, behind your gate or, the front door, you're in your own private world. This is where a lot of the new money and relocating professionals are choosing to land. They want the latest finishes, amenities, and a community built around lifestyle, not just square footage. And whether it's a gated community or not, a lot of these communities I'm talking about offer this. So I'm going to slide in what I'd call the secret enclave now of Nashville, which it has quiet streets, but big lives. Now, this one, it's one of Nashville's hidden gems, and it borders Davidson County. This is a little bit of a bonus round I'm giving you, but it's got quick access up Highway 431 to downtown Nashville. It's called Grassland in Williamson County. And there are big and flashy homes here. That's not all that's to it, though. Grassland is an area that is particularly sought out by locals because no one outside of Grassland knows about this, but absolutely holds some of the area's most significant or most desirable homes. So here in Grassland, we have Williamson County Schools, which, of course, as you know, is the draw to this area. And Grassland is sort of a Venn diagram between Brentwood and Franklin. It overlaps. We mostly have award-winning elementary schools. We've got Grassland Middle School that feeds into then Franklin High School, but Franklin has more than one high school. But just being a mile north of downtown Franklin, Franklin High School has a lot of resources. It is the source of a lot of the high school programs and opportunities for students, even at Brentwood High School. So students, no matter what high school they're from, Williamson County, a lot of their opportunities and programs happen on the Franklin High School campus. And so there are programs that a lot of those students then in the middle of their school day will drive to the Franklin High School campus, no matter what school they go to here in Williamson County, just to get access to some of these programs at Franklin High School. So when it comes to schools, when it comes to housing, Grassland has just top-notch offerings, but it is just not publicized. You've got hilltop compounds here with long private driveways, gated entries, homes on a lot of acreage. A lot of celebs live here since it's often overlooked and the area is just so highly unpublicized. But we have a variety of homes too that are small. We have gated streets with only a handful of custom homes built. We have older established neighborhoods where the lots are huge or where the lots are as small as a quarter acre. Renovations, though, can be stunning on some of these older homes, and everything is just kept intentionally low key. Many of these properties here in Grassland don't hit the public websites. They trade off market through relationships or through agents who just know the area and specialize in high-end and ultra-private transactions. So if you're someone who values privacy over publicity, wants space, wants luxury, doesn't necessarily need the world to know your business, know where you live, we absolutely have options for that in both Davidson and Williamson County parts of Nashville. So which lifestyle fits you? Which one are you most attracted to? You've got Belle Meade again with prestige, history, all the things that create generational wealth and maintain that in the heart of Davidson County. You've got Forest Hills, Oak Hill, Green Hills, which is luxury plus academic and cultural energy, close to universities and hospitals, very walkable. You've got Brentwood, executive living, top schools, golf communities, and big, beautiful homes. Franklin and Leapers Fork, storybook charm, acreage, spread out, and that exhale type of lifestyle. New luxury golf and master planned communities, resort style living with modern builds and big amenities, and a whole layer of quiet off-market luxury that most people never see, or even a lot of agents don't know how to seek out because it's just not the keywords that you're looking for. So if you're considering a move to the Nashville area, or you're already here and thinking about leveling up your lifestyle, you want to buy, the most important question is, which of these lifestyles feels like home to you? Do you want history or a brand new construction home? Do you want walkability or acreage? You've got golf and club life or horses and hills, great schools for kids or lock and leave convenience for frequent travel. That's where I come in. I work every day in Davidson and Williamson counties, helping people like you sort through these choices and match the life they want with the neighborhood that actually fits it. So if you're thinking about moving here or moving within the area, I'd love to help. You can make a smooth move, and it really is more possible than you might think it is. Text me, call me, email me using the info in the description below. If you want to keep exploring your options, check out the next video I've linked where I break down some of the most popular neighborhoods and what buyers there wish they'd known before they moved. Please like, comment, and subscribe if this video was helpful for you. I'm Erika Kurre. Thanks for watching this episode of Living in Nashville, and I'll see you in the next one.